So yeah, those two builds, just kind of wanted to show them off. They currently are on salad right now, but profits are up and down right now, so either way, I'm just here for the fun. But the real purpose of this video is to go over this Mini ITX build that I decided to build up. You can see here the part list. It's got a 4060 Asus Dual in there. I got that on the marketplace for about 200 bucks. The 5600, that should actually be 78.59. I don't know what happened there, but I got that off of AliExpress. I've been getting a bunch of parts off of AliExpress lately. Up until now, I haven't really been utilizing AliExpress, but at least from a CPU standpoint, the CPU or the 5600s have been pretty good value. They've all been working pretty nicely, so they've kind of been my staple for my go-to builds. If you recall, in a previous short that I did, I actually was utilizing this Jinwei B50i motherboard. I was originally going to use this for this build, but this actually was DOA on arrival, unfortunately. Not sure what was wrong with it. I just couldn't get it to post. Tried different CPUs, different RAM, different NVMEs. I just couldn't get it to post. So unfortunately, I decided to go with this A520 from Gigabyte. Luckily, I was able to just head over to Micro Center and pick that one up. And it was, I think it was on sale. It wasn't $120, but it was, I think it was like $95 or something like that. But I was really looking forward to using this. Some things to note, though, in my research of this: the CMOS battery, it's not in a normal spot. It's actually soldered on in that little red cable over there. I wish I could show it in person, but I already returned it. Something else to keep of note is that it doesn't have any Expo or XMP profiles. Not to say you can't overclock it, but in terms of ease and usability, you'd have to do it manually, and not everyone's comfortable with that. Modulating the voltages and frequencies, but there are several guides on YouTube that particularly go over the Jinwei BIOS and how to overclock. So if you do end up getting this one, just check those videos out. But yeah, like I said, I went with a different motherboard for this one. We'll go back to the parts list here. Just a standard 16 gigabytes. This NZXT H210 Mini ITX case. That's the one I got off of Facebook Marketplace for $30. Pretty good deal. And then the standard staple ID cooling CPU cooler is pretty cheap. It doesn't look too bad either. And then a Fangxiang 1TB NVMe for $44. Got that on sale on eBay during one of their sales. And then off that same NZXT sale that I got on Facebook Marketplace, I got that 650 watt for about $20. So ultimately, it came out pretty nicely. You can see it here. It's looking pretty good. Nice compact case. Performs pretty well too, and we'll get into that. So just doing some benchmarks. Got Cinebench R23 running single core right now. It's currently at 9 minutes, or a little bit under a minute right now. But you can see the temperatures aren't too bad. They're sitting at about 44 degrees Celsius on the overall package there. Running pretty good. So we're gonna let this run for a few more minutes. Let's let it saturate and see if it can hold its temperatures. Yeah, so we're running up on 2 minutes here, and it really hasn't moved too much farther past this 44 degrees Celsius, 43 degrees Celsius. So, it's single core on a 5600. It's not gonna really get too hot there, so we're gonna stop that for now. So we're gonna try multi-core now. This should be a bit more taxing, and we'll see how that does. And here you can kind of see it's already starting to ramp up a little bit, but we'll see how much more it saturates at, and we'll let it run for a few more minutes here. But it's at 55 degrees Celsius, so not too bad. Again, it's a 5600, so it's not really going to be the hottest, but it's a good all-around gaming CPU. And this ID cooler, it's doing its job. Not bad for $19. But we'll let this run for a little bit longer and we'll see where it saturates at. Alright, we're back here and we're currently coming up on about 5.5 minutes, 6 minutes of running. And again, you know, we're not too far off from what I guess is a full actual saturation. So we're sitting at 56 degrees for the CPU package overall. And it's been running about 77 watts, so that sort of follows in line. I mean, it's certainly not like a 14900K or anything like that. So, you know, I think this is enough. You know, it's pretty good. So next up is some benchmarks for the GPU. I don't really do too much gaming as far as. I mean, I used to be a heavy gamer. I was just being one of those guys that will play WoW for, you know, pretty much more time than I sleep in a day, unfortunately. But you know, lately I'm a little bit older now. I'm almost, you know, I'm in my mid-30s here, so I don't really get to game too much. So I usually rely on benchmarks as far as you know, relaying what the hypothetical you know, capabilities of a PC are when a buyer or potential buyer is asking about what they can play. So like I said, I usually just relay it in terms of benchmarks, and you know, it should be pretty indicative of what this is capable of. You know, come to think of it, all these videos, I haven't really fully gone into what I do. So I'm actually a medical device salesman for one of the biggest medical device companies in the world. So I guess naturally, from a selling standpoint, this also translates to my actual hobby, which is, you know, flipping PCs and just making a nice little side hobby out of it. So yeah, we'll get into this. Let the benchmark run. I'll probably just do 4K, and we'll go, or I'll go with the 1080p Extreme, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we finished it off at 1080p high, and it looked like a maximum of 68 degrees is what it saw. Nice min and max for the FPS, 83 frames per second for the minimum, and average about 100.7, so not too bad. So I'm going to put this on Facebook Marketplace. Probably start off at $800, and you know, we'll go from there. Alright guys, that's it for this one. See you later.